I want to preface this video by saying this is only going to look at my loose collection, not my new unbox collection. And I'm trying to make this a shorter video so I don't bore you all, because I think there's not actually much for me to say here. I don't have a very large TOMY collection. It's not exactly my forte. I do collect a little bit. Mainly I try to collect new unbox yellow box Atomica World, which for those who don't know, that is quite a odd thing to say you collect. It's very, very niche. I haven't got much of that collection, so don't worry, you're not really missing out on much when I say I'm not showing you my new unbox stuff. There's 3 things. 2 Atomica World set, a TOMY Train set, and a yellow boxed Percy. Without further ado, let us begin. I guess we'll start with just whatever I can scrounge up. Beginning with this Talking Thomas. Nothing really special to it. I think it's a early 2000s example. Fairly decent nick. I tend to just sort of pick and choose from a lots occasionally. But a lot of my collection is dictated by either what I find actually cool, or is dictated by, I guess, sort of just what I can, just sort of what I think I'll need as a reference. And this is always a great reference to have. Same sort of goes for this guy, this Steam Along Thomas. He's a bit like that as well, just a reference. Bit damaged, but other than that, alright. These guys are, I just think, are very good to have around, just sort of to make sure you can sort of remember where wires go, etc. I do have a fair few of the painted face models loose. Now, I want to mention the battery covers to most of these are not period correct, sadly. Especially, I know that's an 08 battery cover. This is an 07 battery cover, but that's just because they're actually the only 2 I have on hand. I think I have more battery covers for Henry somewhere. I couldn't find them for this video, but I think they're somewhere. Gordon's might be alright. Yeah, Gordon's is actually accurate. It's a 2000 battery cover, which goes well with the 2000 Gordon, while painted face aspect. And I also have a fair few painted face Thomases. I tend to sort of keep the shittier ones off to the side for myself, partly just because I think they're cool. I keep these off to the side as well because they just sort of appeal to me. Sort of something about the way they look. They're not exactly the easiest to come by anymore, especially not in good nick. This is actually a 4-wheel Thomas with a broken running board. I have a few of these chassis lying around. I just don't get around to repairing them much just because I don't actually have a lot of bodies. This is a 1998, which I think would have been around the end of the 4-wheel. Although don't quote me on that. Again, I'm not a TOMY collector per se. This is a 6-wheel in slightly better condition. I think the entire running board's intact on this one. Yeah, actually a pretty nice one. This is running with a G8, which I'm pretty sure is the wrong chassis, wrong body. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a 4-wheel body, but I could be wrong. Some of these are restored condition, some aren't. These 2 are restored. This guy's mid-restoration, and these 2 I haven't touched yet. But I do quite like them. I also have I forgot I had a Percy too, a 4-wheel. I might sell this guy though. I don't really need him. Very nice condition. This is a very nice 4-wheel Percy. I say 4-wheel Percy, he's not always 4-wheel. I mean like nothing in the middle. I might have another one of these actually for sale. This guy's perfect, like jeez. A couple of these were lot buys, where it's just like old people selling them. And I mean, I love this range. I'm probably going to keep collecting these forever because I just love the painted face models. The Gordon's pretty fucked actually. Someone rewired him in the past and he works, but the switch can't go back, so he's stuck in the on position. We'll go with a bit of a later one. This is actually just one of my favourite models of all time. I really love the Fisher-Price Henry. This is the snow clearing version. I don't know, I just dig it. I don't have it complete. I do have the logs though. Just don't have the car. I do plan to get this eventually. Please, I just again, you sort of see with my collection, I sort of collect old stuff. sort of weird stuff. And I like to collect sort of the really quite like gimmicky, very weird. Like, again, best example. It's a bit broken, but a TOMY Trains Edward. Again, I love TOMY Trains. I definitely want to go for a full range. Full range. I've got the one set in the yellow box, and I plan to go for more. A bit of an outlier in this collection would definitely be this hero, but I honestly really love Play-Rail Hero. He is such a robust, durable design. The fact that there's a black version of the fat engine in there, that appeals to me on a weird level. Pull back a little. The next few are just a couple of my childhood trains that I just sort of keep around for I guess sort of nostalgia reasons. We have a Whiff, a very, very destroyed Flora. I think still, these are all hit toys too. This is sort of weird era, and a Duncan again. These I just keep around, like I said, just because they sort of appeal to me. What's weird is that all the wheel sets are intact on these, even though they were my childhood ones. I would have expected them to have gone, but I don't think I was ever that rough on them. These tended just to sit in a drawer and not work. These were all ones I restored very early on in my. I think actually the Duncan was the very first item I ever repaired. I was sitting here at a desk and going, I was bored as shit, and I went, you know what? Let's fix one of these. Pulled Duncan apart. He worked, and the moment and that sort of joy that I felt with that was just amazing. Because I restored something I had as a kid, and it sort of kickstarted the whole journey. And I fucking hate that Duncan for it because it's a pain in the ass. Next up we have another cool set, which is the Jet Engine set. Need to actually get another one of them cars. All match. Oh, that's the wrong Thomas. We'll get to that. It's the right Thomas too, like with the better engine. I think the only thing that's different on these from standard Thomases is just it's got a different screw. Different gear. Other than that, it's basically identical. Because it's already been spoiled, I do have a... Is there a battery in this guy? There shouldn't be. No, there isn't. I have a pissed off Thomas. Actually, fun story about this. This is actually my childhood one. Minus the chassis. So the body's my childhood one. But the rest of it ain't. I think I lost the... I had a few of these. I had a few white riding boards, but I just lose them all. And even now, I struggle to get new ones. Hence why, like, some of these may seem a little bit worse, but that's just because they're ones I kept for sentimental reasons. Next up, we have a broken Talking Edward. I got this when these were still very cheap, and fucking now they're not cheap. Goddamn. Not really actually my forte. I did consider selling it, but I decided to keep it anyway. And finishing us off is something I think is just cool. It's an Annie. Sorry, a Clarabelle. Now, the reason why I have that is because I have this guy. It's a chuffing Annie. I actually get these fairly frequently. Despite being very rare elsewhere, they're actually fairly common here. I think I've seen about... I think I might have 2 more since I got that one. But I have like the full figurine set as well, which I won't pull out for this video. But anyway, that's actually my full collection. I don't have anything else. I do have a Billy over here that I'm tempted to keep. I damaged it a little bit, and he's overall just pretty scuffed. You know what, actually, he can get included here too. I might keep him. I kind of like Billy. I kind of just keep the ones I find interesting, as you can tell. And it's not a collection I think will really grow much. I've sort of got what I've got right now, and I'm fairly happy with it. You may go, no Duck, no Diesel, no Donald or Douglas. Well, actually, Donald is a separate matter altogether. I'll have 11 of him. That's a story in of itself. But I'm pretty happy with the my collection is at. I'm probably going to go for more new stuff than actually used stuff going forward. So this collection won't grow. Actually, sort of the way I collect now. I was a used collector, and now I'm far more a new collector. And I think that's fine. I think, for me, I'm the kind of collector that's very happy to pick up an item every couple of months. And sort of just throw it on a pile and sort of eventually put them all in a room on a wall and admire them. And then just, I don't know. Tomys are more something I see as a, I don't want to say as a job, but kind of as a job. I buy lots locally, I buy lots online of busted ones, and I fix them up and sell them. And we can discuss whether that's good or bad or whatever. But I will say that about 90% of the population doesn't want to do that. And I think there are very valid reasons why people don't. I'm not going to say that people should be fixing them themselves. It's kind of like repairing a car. If a car was a toy and far, far less expensive. Because you sort of... Sometimes you can get away... We'll put it this way. Maintenance you can do yourself. Repairing, it's harder because you need parts. And some of these are really fucking annoying to deal with. So I guess it really depends. I think... And I mean, that's kind of also why half of these aren't fixed. I just haven't gotten around to fixing them because most of what I fix is sort of stuff I sell. And that takes up so much of my time. I was going to show in a separate video, but like I have boxes and boxes of characters. I think I have about 15 Tomy Jameses to fix. In fact, there should be a Tomy painted face James somewhere here. And there isn't. I'll probably have to cherry pick one out later. But I see it more as sort of something I do as a job. Now, again, you could argue whether that's a good thing, bad thing, whatever. I think I'm happy doing it. I feel good not charging the fucking earth. I don't know why people charge so much for some of these. I mean, I'm going to keep this part brief because I don't want to go on and on. Henry, I think is pushing $70, $80. Edward, the last one that sold, so one that was broken that sold for 70. Gordon's getting more expensive. Even like your bog standard Thomases and Percys. Some people trying 30, 40, 50, and you know, I can't necessarily blame them. I'm sort of at that point with a couple of these characters where it's like, I can't charge any less than what I'm charging, otherwise A, it's not worth my time, and B, it's so much lower than everyone else is charging that it's just to the point where someone will just buy them and resell them. But that's the constant struggle, ain't it? With buying these, selling these, whatever, is finding that sweet spot. That, and I also tend to believe that, especially now, and I don't think it's really great, is people have this perspective that the low-priced ones are broken, are busted, are damaged, and people tend to avoid them. I know that I'm fairly cheap. I don't sell nearly as much as other people. People charge so much more than me and sell far more than I do. Same deal with there's only one big seller below me, a guy called Smokey, and I'm surprised at how slow some of his stuff sells. But again, that's just a function of the fact that people see his low prices and assume something's wrong with them. People see my low prices and assume something's wrong with them. It almost makes it advantageous to charge a shitload because people have a better perspective. But I could be wrong. Anyway, thanks for tuning into this. I didn't want to go on too much of a diatribe. So thank you for watching, and bye for now.